Imagine this, you are on the ball, you're deep in midfield, you're 1-0 down, seconds left on the clock, and your team is relying on you to make that perfect pass. Opponents are closing in, your teammates are shouting for the ball, and that pressure is now mounting. At this moment, your heart is pounding, your vision narrows, and your inner voice starts yelling instructions. Hit the perfect pass, do not lose possession, and before you know it, your panic is taking over. But what if there was a way to shut out the chaos and let your instincts take over? A method proven by science to help athletes perform at their best under pressure and to help you to enter your flow state more effectively. Now today we are diving into the fascinating world of holistic process goals and how they can help to make you stay calm and make better decisions, unlocking that flow state when the stakes are at their highest. Now, whether it is picking out that decisive pass or it's keeping possession whilst opponents are pressing you hard, football is constantly putting you in high pressurized situations. Now, what makes these moments so challenging isn't just the physical demands, it is that mental battle. Now, under stress, your brain tries to take control of specific movements. It breaks broad, highly trained movements down into smaller steps that are far too specific. Where to connect your foot with the ball, what angle your body position should be in, how hard you should kick the ball to get to your teammate, how close to the ball your standing foot needs to be. And this conscious micromanagement disrupts the automatic and fluid motion that you've trained for. And on top of this, it massively increases the likelihood of making errors. Now, psychologists call this conscious processing, and it is one of the biggest culprits behind performance breakdowns when you're in high pressurized situations. And this is where holistic process goals come in. Rather than focusing on every technical detail, holistic goals, they zoom out and they anchor you to a single, simple concept that represents the entire action. Now think about a midfielder that's under pressure. Instead of thinking, keep the ball on the ground, use the instep of your foot, or even to focus specifically and tunnel visioned on the flight of the ball as it comes towards you. Instead, a holistic goal might be something like flow, or affect the game, or be direct. These cues encourage your brain to work at its subconscious best. It will leverage the years of training that you're in. It helps to bypass the overthinking, and it will help to keep your movements smooth and instinctive, even in the most tense of moments. But in contrast, if you focus on what's known as part process goals like keep the ball low or don't overhit it, these can cause you to fixate on isolated actions. Now, under pressure, this creates hesitation, it slows down your reactions, and it increases errors. Now, a recent study by Mullen et al., they tested how holistic and part process goals affect performance under pressure. And what they found is that in high stakes environments, participants that used holistic goals, they outperformed those that relied on part process goals in a very big way. And here's what is fascinating. The holistic group not only completed tasks faster, but they also made fewer errors, even as their anxiety levels spiked. Why? Because holistic goals, they allow your brain to rely on what is known as chunked patterns, which are bundled sequences of actions that are stored in your subconscious. And this prevents you from micromanaging, and it frees your body to perform at its peak, accessing skills that are highly trained and simply letting them be performed on autopilot, and what many of you will have experienced as the flow state. Now, football is full of opportunities to use these principles. Now, when you're on the ball, for instance, thinking smooth or connect, this can encapsulate the entire passing motion rather than the specifics of where to connect with the ball or how hard to connect with the ball, etc. And this therefore reduces the chance of mistakes because you're tapping in to the highly trained unconscious skill. But why does pressure make us overthink in the first place? Now, what happens is that anxiety narrows your focus and it increases mental effort. It makes every decision feel harder. And studies measuring heart rate variability, which is HRV, this shows that athletes under stress tend to experience higher cognitive strain when they focus on these less effective step-by-step actions. Their performances don't just slow down, they also burn through more mental and physical energy. So not just bad performances, but it also leaves you mentally exhausted. So having holistic goals counteract this by reducing the brain's workload. It shifts attention from rigid details to a broader and more intuitive focus. It keeps your energy reserves more intact for sustained performance, and at the same time, it helps you to tap into your training that is already at such a brilliant level that it can now be carried out instinctively and automatically. But again, only if you're not hijacking this by trying to consciously micromanage this already brilliant trained ability. Now let's talk about how you can apply these holistic process goals into your own game right now. Now, high pressurized moments aren't just for midfielders, they're everywhere. Breaking through a high press, or maybe you're looking to clear the ball under defensive pressure, or you're transitioning it into an attack when space is tight, or maybe you're getting a shot off. We could go on and on. Practically every part of your game, there are opportunities to put this into practice. Now, here is a step-by-step guide of how you use these holistic goals. Now, first of all, you identify the pressure points. So think about the moments in your match where you feel overwhelmed or you may start to overthink. Is it when an opponent is pressing you? Or when you've done the hard work on the wing, now you're about to look towards that final ball or that cross into the box? Or maybe you've got beyond the last man and you've now got that opportunity to score. Now these are all potential pressure points, but I'm sure you can identify your own. And now what you need to do is you simply choose your cues. Simple 1 or 2 word holistic cues for that moment. So for example, when you're looking to break a press, calm. Or you're defending under pressure, now you think strong or intensity. Or maybe it's transitional play, here quick or decisive. Now when you've got these cues, practice them under pressure. Replicate high pressurized scenarios in training. So for example, if you're doing passing drills, make sure the defenders are aggressively closing you down. Now use your holistic cue to focus your mind in the right way. Now, most of all, you need to stop micromanaging abilities that are already automatic and instinctive. Now, over time, these cues will become second nature, anchoring you into this flow state, even when the stakes are high. And ultimately, the core to the flow state is about trust. So you need to trust your preparation, trust your instincts, and your ability to perform without overthinking. Holistic process goals are a gateway to this trust. By simplifying your focus, they help you to shut out the noise of self-doubt and then focus entirely on the game in front of you without getting in the way of these highly trained abilities and this brilliant player that you are within. And this isn't about playing better, it is about enjoying the moment, because when you're in this flow state, everything feels effortless. The pitch opens up, decisions come naturally, and even the toughest plays, they're going to feel within reach. So next time you find yourself in a highly pressurized situation, do not let anxiety take the wheel. Instead, lean into holistic process goals and let your training shine through. Now, if this video has helped you, please be a great teammate and share this with your teammates in your WhatsApp groups. Now, pressure does not have to hold you back. With the right mindset and the right tools, it can be the key to unlocking your flow state and playing at your absolute best.